Okay, so to do a search of the library website and library databases, what you want to do is go to this box right here called MCC OneSearch and type in your search terms. So let's say we were doing a paper on how pollution affects women's health. Maybe we would search for smog and gender, for example. Go ahead and click go. It'll take us over to the search results. So one important thing to note here is if you see this yellow bar up at the top, go ahead and click on that and it'll prompt you to sign in with your easy login. Okay, so now that we've signed in, we can take a look at narrowing down our search results. So by default, our search results are going to be set to show us articles and books and things where the full text is available to be accessed online right now. We also have other limiting options here that are available. We can check the box for peer reviewed to find articles that are peer reviewed. And if we want to look specifically for print books or DVDs, you could check that box. And if you want to look specifically for ebooks, you could check that box. And we can also narrow down the date range. So say your professor says that you need to find articles that are from within the last 10 years. You can do this easily by clicking on this button right here and dragging it over to the right. Let's drag it to 2010 and let it go. The results will refresh. And we're narrowed down to about 13 results now. So you can see it kind of getting narrowed down. All right. Then there are a few other things we could apply limiters for. For example, maybe we want to look only at academic journals. We just check that box and that'll update. And there are some other limiters here too. If we want to narrow by specific subjects, you can just check one of these boxes here. There's also publication. This is the journal title that an article would come from. So if I was looking for something from a specific journal, I could take a look here, see what's available, and check one of these items and see what's available from that. We have publishers here. A lot of academic journals are put out by various publishers such as Elsevier or Cambridge University Press. If we were looking for something specific, we could do one of those. Language, when you're doing your research, you might find articles in French, German, Spanish, Russian, and so on. If you want to narrow it down to English, you just come here, check the box, and then the next limiter is geography. So if I was looking for studies or research articles that were published maybe only in the US or Canada, I could narrow down the geography by choosing an option here. But you want to be very careful with that because you might say, I only want articles from the US, and you might cut out some really good articles that are from other geographic locations. So use this sparingly. And then our last filter or limiter on the left-hand side here is for content provider. These are the different databases that these journals are available through. So if I was looking for something specifically from maybe Academic Search Premier or JSTOR, I could click on it here. So after you've spent the time narrowing down your search, applying limiters, and let's say you need to step away and go do something else, maybe feed the dog, go to work, something like that, you can come up here and click on this share button, then go down here to where it says use permalink, and it's going to give you a persistent link to your search results. So if you need to step away for any reason from your work, I would recommend going here, clicking that button, and copying and pasting this permalink into an email or a Word document, depending on what you're working with, and that allows you to easily come back to your research later on. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of these articles. So let's say this one right here on would smog lead to outflow of labor force. We can see here that under the title that this comes from an academic journal. We have the author's information, the journal it came from, the date, the volume, and some other information. Under that, we also have subject terms. Now, when we're working on our search, maybe we're not finding exactly what we're looking for. There might be some other terms here, like maybe particulate or air pollution, that we could go in and add to our search to maybe expand it to find some other items. But let's go ahead and click on this article title, and that'll take us to the record page for the article. All right, so on the record page, again, we're going to find the title of the article up here at the top, the authors, some information on the journal, and the date, and the page numbers, and other information. Again, our subject terms. And then down here, we have the abstract. The abstract is a summary of the article, what it contains, what it's about, and you can use the abstract to get an idea of, is this article going to fit in with my research before you go in and read the entire academic article. Say that I'm ready to go and use this article. I want to access the full text now. I can do that. Just go over here to the left-hand side. There are a couple different links. I could view it in HTML, or I can download and view the PDF full text. I'm going to go ahead and click on one of those, and the article will load. And from there, I can work with the article. We're going to go back to the record page for a moment because I want to show you one more thing. If you are going to be citing this in a paper, you are going to need to cite it with either MLA or APA. The good news is that these databases have a citation feature built in. So if I go over here on the right-hand side and click on this button that says Cite, it will bring up some pre-generated citations, and you just have to scroll through and find the format you're looking for. So we have APA here, so I could just select and copy and paste that into my paper. If I'm looking for MLA, I could just scroll down to that, do the same thing, and copy and paste that as well.